You can read every self-help book, watch every inspirational video, and affirm 1,000 times that you love yourself. But if you fail to grasp this one truth, the love you seek will always remain just out of reach. Today, I'm not here to offer abstract theories. I'm here to give you the key, a truth so profound that it reshapes how you relate to yourself and others. This is the insight Carl Jung uncovered, and once you understand it, your life will never be the same. If you're watching this, it's because something within you already senses there's more to discover. This isn't just about acknowledging your shadow or balancing your energies. It's about taking those concepts and applying them in a way that transforms your reality. By the end of this, you won't just understand why you've struggled to feel loved. You'll have a clear, actionable strategy to revolutionize your relationship with yourself, and in turn, with everyone around you. Every connection in your life, whether it's attraction or repulsion, is a mirror reflecting what remains unresolved within you. Think about the last person who evoked intense emotion in you. Love, frustration, anger, or longing. That person is not merely a passing figure in your story. They are a mirror, revealing something buried deep within your psyche. Perhaps you're drawn to people who make you feel insecure, or maybe you're endlessly frustrated by those who display traits you reject in yourself. These reactions are not accidents. They are signposts, pointing you toward the parts of yourself that are crying out for attention and healing. Until you face them, you'll keep searching for love in all the wrong places. The real question isn't, why does this person behave this way? The real question is, what is this person showing me about myself? This concept, the relational mirror, goes far beyond surface-level observations. When someone triggers a strong emotional reaction in you, you're encountering a projection of your own shadow. Do you repeatedly attract partners with similar traits? Do you avoid certain types of people? Both attraction and repulsion are two sides of the same coin. They reveal something crucial about your inner world. If you feel drawn to someone, ask yourself, what qualities do I admire in this person? Could it be that these are aspects of myself I haven't fully embraced? For example, if you admire someone's spontaneity, perhaps you've lived too rigidly, suppressing your own desire for freedom. What about this person bothers me? And could it be a trait I deny in myself? For instance, if arrogance in others triggers you, it might be because you secretly struggle with your own need to feel superior, a trait you've been ashamed to acknowledge. This level of self-awareness is transformative, but it demands brutal honesty. You must be willing to face the parts of yourself you've kept hidden even from yourself. And it's in this recognition that true healing begins. The people who challenge you the most are often your greatest teachers. That person who constantly frustrates you, they might be the key to unlocking parts of yourself that need attention. There are no coincidences in relationships. The people who enter your life are karmic messengers, guiding you toward self-integration. And remember, just as others reflect parts of you, you also serve as a mirror for them. When you grasp this, you develop both compassion and responsibility in your interactions. You begin to realize that when someone reacts negatively toward you, they're not truly responding to you. They're reacting to the reflection of themselves they see in you. Instead of responding defensively, you can choose understanding. The purpose of this work isn't just to identify patterns, it's to transform them. Once you recognize what part of yourself is being mirrored in a difficult relationship, you can begin to heal it. And as you integrate those disowned aspects of yourself, your relationships will naturally shift. This process doesn't happen overnight. Approach your emotional reactions like a scientist, observing without judgment, with only curiosity. Over time, you'll notice that the people who once triggered you no longer hold the same power over your emotions. The healthier relationships you desire will begin to appear. Instead of attracting people who reflect your wounds, you'll attract those who reflect your wholeness. You'll no longer seek in others what you lack within yourself. Instead, you'll build connections based on mutual growth, not emotional dependency. Authentic love is only possible after this journey of self-discovery. When you love from a place of wholeness, not lack, your relationships become spaces for mutual evolution, not sources of desperate need. Here's the ultimate truth. The parts of yourself you reject are the same parts sabotaging your relationships. You cannot fully love if you do not accept all of who you are. Think about the traits you dislike in yourself, the ones you try to hide. That is your shadow, and until you integrate it, you'll keep projecting your insecurities onto others. If arrogance in others bothers you, perhaps you fear being seen as arrogant. If you're drawn to people who make you feel small, maybe a part of you still feels unworthy. Your shadow isn't just your flaws, it also contains unrecognized strengths. When you reject parts of yourself, you fragment your being, creating an invisible barrier to deep connection. But when you embrace all of who you are, you stop seeking love as something external. You become love. And from that place, true connection becomes inevitable. By accepting your darkest aspects, you become more luminous. By embracing your imperfections, you become more authentic. And it's this authenticity that opens the door to genuine, fulfilling relationships. The deepest connections emerge when two people show up as whole beings with both light and shadow integrated. You no longer need a partner to complete you. You come as you are, free from the projections of fear and insecurity. Relationships aren't just about feeling good, they're about growth. Every conflict, every disappointment is an opportunity to understand yourself more deeply. If you always end up in relationships where you feel abandoned, it's because there's an abandonment wound that needs healing. If you constantly seek validation, it's because a part of you still feels unseen. Love is not just about finding the right person. It's about becoming the person who can love fearlessly and consciously. Your relational patterns are not random. If you examine your history, you'll find recurring themes, signals pointing to unresolved wounds. If you always attract emotionally unavailable people, it's because that dynamic feels familiar. If you lose yourself in relationships, it's because you haven't yet claimed your own identity. Breaking these cycles requires self-awareness, courage, and the willingness to choose differently. The greatest transformation happens when you stop saying, "Why do I keep ending up with the same kind of partner?" and instead ask, "Why do I keep choosing this kind of partner?" This shift restores your power. You're no longer a victim of fate. You're the conscious creator of your experiences. We've been taught that love is something we receive from others. But the truth is, love is an internal state. When you love yourself unconditionally, you no longer seek love, you express it. You no longer depend on others to fill your emptiness because you are already whole. And here's the beautiful paradox. The less you need love, the more capable you become of experiencing it deeply. Like a fish searching for water, you've been immersed in love all along. Your task isn't to find it, but to recognize it, embody it, and express it. First within yourself, and then toward the world. When you live from this truth, every relationship becomes a reflection of the love you've cultivated within.